In Freak the Mighty, they make reference to a lot of different myths because one of the main characters, Freak, is incredibly interested in mythology. So, a myth is a story with some sort of a natural occurrence being explained by supernatural causes. So, something like where a tsunami or a hurricane comes from. And instead of using science to explain that, you would use magic, gods and goddesses, something supernatural. So, on the notes side of your glossary, I'd like you to jot down, type down, I guess, that these are passed down from generation to generation. So, they're stories that are told across time. They involve heroes or some sort of magical beings, supernatural beings, and they often follow the hero journey, which we'll talk about here in a moment. So, one of my favorite examples is many of us were told some sort of magical explanation for what thunder is, and I was told in my family that it was God bowling. So this little comic shows how common that is. That somebody actually published a comic about that. It says, "Don't be scared, Billy. Thunder's just the sound of God bowling," and then a bowling ball has fallen onto their house. I think my sister tells her children that it's God moving furniture. So all of those are not using science. They're not explaining, the electricity in the clouds or anything like that. It's just using some sort of magical explanation. um, Adam and Eve. So, how evil came into the world, why bad things happen to good people. We use the explanation of God putting a tree of knowledge in the middle of the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve deciding to eat the apples. That's a supernatural explanation because it involves a God for a natural thing, so bad things happening. And Moana, the entire song "You're Welcome" is actually a lot of myths that are from Polynesian culture, so from like Hawaiian mythology. And Maui is a character in Hawaiian mythology, and all the things that he explains are myths. So he killed an eel and buried its guts, and a tree came out, and that's how I have coconuts. Um, so all of those are myths, and they explain how things in the world happen using magical explanations.